This conversation is so dumb. I'm gonna lose my brain cells if I keep on hearing them talk. Where's John Ambrose? I am going to watch To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the sequel, which is called P.S. I Still Love You. I reacted to the first movie, I think about 2 years ago. People have been asking me to react to the sequel now that it's out. I have never read these books, which means that I have no idea what's going to happen. The only thing I know about the sequel is that Laura Jean and Peter are dating, but now there's like a love triangle because there's a new guy in town. His name is John Ambrose, and she starts to develop feelings for him. I assume around the same time that her relationship with Peter is getting rocky, so then she must decide which boy she wants in the end. And my prediction is she's still gonna be with Peter and it will be all happy, and then the other guy will just fuck off somewhere. I don't know. My prediction is that I will be Team John Ambrose, but I am Team Original John Ambrose, because when this sequel was first announced, they announced Jordan Fisher as the actor that would play this character, even though when they filmed the first movie, they had casted this completely different guy. The original actor's Twitter bio at the time still stated that he was John Ambrose, and you could tell from his previous tweets that he was super excited to be in the movie. He probably thought that this was his big break. He was reading the books. He was so excited about his role. He just fell in love with the character. And then the announcement came out and I was like, ooh, he didn't even know that he was replaced until the trailers came out. So I just felt so bad for this dude. He took off the bio and then he posted a video saying nice words to the new actor and reminding people that at the end of the day, this is a story about representation for Asians and it should be Laura Jean's story, and that's what matters the most. So I was like, damn, he's a good dude after all. And that just made me feel even worse for him. This is not a knock against Jordan Fisher. I'm sure I will like him in this movie, but you know, I just think that white people deserve rights, okay? Sue me for that. Also, if you cast a guy like Jordan Fisher as the other dude, that's just not fair to Peter. At least when the original dude was cast as John Ambrose, it was like an equal playing field where Laura Jean had to decide between two pasty white boys. Now she has to decide between Noah Centineo and a multi-talented guy like Jordan Fisher. Like, there's no competition. It's over for him. If you're gonna make a love triangle, but you still want her to end up with the original guy, you don't bring a clearly superior option to the table. I'm just saying we gotta pour one out for the original John Ambrose, okay? OG John, we're thinking about you. Rest in peace. You will live in our hearts forever. Hashtag never forget. Now let's watch the movie. Aw, she's dancing because she's in love. Imagine being that happy. Can't relate. Okay, this is just flexing her entire wardrobe.
Except for today, it's different because it's not a fantasy. This is my real life. Don't I look different to you?
Like someone who just got laid.
Like someone that has a boyfriend would look.
Oh.
Have you even showered?
This is the only time where Laura Jean has ever represented me. I don't relate to any of her sweet girl behavior. I don't relate to her fashionable outfits. But her not showering in her messy ass room, that's true Asian representation.
I've been thinking about this moment since I started reading romance novels.
Why is she dressed like she's going to the Met Gala for a first date? I have never dressed that nicely when I was a high schooler or ever.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hey, kitty. It's for you.
Aw, okay, he's cute. But I don't trust you. You're gonna screw up somehow.
I'm so excited.
Huh?
This is good. Yeah.
I think you're gonna like it.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Oh my god, I have not been on a date in so long. This just brings me back memories to when I was like a normal person and not just like a hermit filming YouTube videos for fun.
It's actually a two-fork restaurant. They give you the second one just in case you knock the first one off the table.
No, that's...
Ooh, and he's gonna fork her tonight. No, this is nothing against the movie. This is just bringing me back to flashbacks from when I used to have a love life. Oh God, I'm so alone. I have spent way too long shutting out this part and now I'm just reliving it all over again. Holding hands while driving. Fuck! Oh my God, this movie is just gonna highlight how alone I am.
Write a wish, and then you send it into the sky.
That's not a wish.
What do you mean?
It's not a wish. It's happening right now, so it can't be a wish.
Ooh, you're gonna wish that it was a wish when John Ambrose comes around.
I just don't want this to end.
You're thinking about us ending right now.
There's just a thought that popped in my head.
So am I.
Tell that thought to get out of your head.
Tell that thought to get out of your head. Peter just went through puberty in that 1 second.
I promise I am not going to break your heart.
I don't know about that. I don't trust you, white boy.
I promise not to break your heart.
Oh, I don't know about that, Laura Jean. First of all, you're lying that you're Korean. I know your ass is Vietnamese. What else could you be lying about?
You can do it.
You got it.
Oh, she's practicing carrying a condom for when they do it. This is so wholesome and sweet, and
Oh my gosh, very good. We did it.
there was a time in my life when I used to have that, but never again. This vagina is on lockdown.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to how deep your car is.
Ooh, how deep your car is. Laura Jean.
Pretty tall.
When I get down, I feel like I'm...
When you get down, Laura Jean, stop! This is only the first date, okay? You cannot put out that quick. Unless you want to, then it's your choice. I respect it either way.
Are you sure we have to dress up like this? You know the other kids are not going to.
Are you sure we have to dress up like this? You know we're not actually Korean.
Hi, girls. Like two beautiful little roses.
This rose about to be deflowered. I'm sorry. I know that this is like a sweet rom-com and we are supposed to keep it PG-13. But since Peter isn't being a good fuckboy, I'm just here being the fuckboy representation that this movie needs. Ooh, those buns look good. I'm not even making innuendo. I'm just saying that I want some Asian buns. I don't care about whatever that letter is. I just want to see more of the Asian food.
Now, don't you feel left out? You didn't wear your humble. Yes, Mom. Beyond devastated.
I'm that girl.
Cute story. A little PG-13, but cute.
Oh my god, I am this girl. Damn, what's her story? I want to know about her. That's true representation for me right there.
I saw a video of him and some girl doing it in a hot tub.
Guess what, bitch? That hoe was me.
Yeah, that was me. But it's not what you think. We were just making out.
She's like, fuck. Laura Jean is getting more action than me. It's okay, girl. I am you and you are me. And your future, if it is me, it's not looking so bright, but it's okay.
Dear Laura Jean, I couldn't believe when I opened that letter and it was from you. I can't believe how mature you were at 11. God. When I was 11...
Oh, his handwriting is nice. A man with calligraphy skills?
If I'd written you a love letter back then, I'm pretty sure it would have just said something like, I like reading with you.
Oh, he's so cute as a kid.
I just have one question. Why send it now?
Because we need a sequel, bitch. That's why we gotta send it now. Oh, he's so cute. He even ended the letter with a smiley face. Oh, I like his voice. I like how he looks like as a kid. I'm sure he looks hot right now. Peter, you are slipping. Whoa, where did she get her stationery? That is not some Daiso shit. She got it from Papyrus. That's the expensive stuff, too.
You said you were House Hufflepuff, and that was my house, too.
You were a Hufflepuff, and I was your Dumble whore. If BookTube were a school, that would be my chink ass walking down the hallway, and all the other white girl booktubers are getting mad that I insulted the romance genre.
He wrote you like an actual letter or an email?
Yeah, like a real letter.
Yeah, he sent me his news and everything. Honestly, it was pretty impressive.
Cubby, let us sign you up.
Oakwood? I kind of thought we'd volunteer at Bellevue together.
Why? You don't have to do everything together.
Okay, I'm out. Enjoy your fight.
I don't get what the big deal is.
Of course, you would do Bellevue. You're so predictable, Laura Jean. It's quite adorable.
What is this bitch's problem? Of course you would go help old people. You're so predictable. Helping the elderly like a little cunt.
Pro tip, if you do want to fit into your jeans come summer, you should probably start ordering a salad.
Oh my god, what a rude bitch. What is her problem? You know what? I don't even remember her name anymore. What was it, like Guinevere? She had like no personality in the first movie, and she continues to be consistent.
Sorry, are you using this chair? Yeah, it's for my boyfriend, I'm sorry. You need this chair. Do you want a gin? I do.
Is anybody using this?
Yes. My boyfriend, he's coming.
Honestly, it's not that big of a deal.
Coach made us run the bleachers until everyone practically puked.
Well, you could have let me know.
I don't see what the problem is. If there are people who keep on asking and he is still not showing up, just give the chair to the other person. And if he shows up late, he's not going to get a chair. That's what happens when you're late.
It's a funny thing, this relationship stuff. One moment, things are upside down. But then, like magic, there's glitter everywhere. And once it all settles, you're right back in the fairy tale again.
Not to be like Laura Jean's edgy goth cousin, but why is she 16 but she acts like she's 12?
Leave Dad and Mrs. Rothschild alone.
She cut down her hedges, Laura Jean. That is a metaphor.
Cutting her hedges is a metaphor. That's gross, Kitty. You can't be talking about that. You're a kid. Ooh, is this where she's gonna meet John Ambrose because he's also volunteering there? We'll see. Because he also has a passion to helping old people, and they have that in common.
The only thing Dorothy will tell you is where to find the first aid kit and the bingo supplies.
Damn, she just threw Dorothy under the bus. She was like, you know what? Fuck Dorothy and her vanilla ass, stale ass bitch. I'm gonna show you where all the good shit is.
We're just waiting for one more. Oh,
It's gonna be him. It's gonna be him.
John Ambrose McLaren.
What are the chances, dude? Oh, he's cute. Oh, I would have a crush on him too.
Follow my finger.
Ooh, what else can you do with those fingers?
You know who I am?
someone I sent a love letter to?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, they're cute. Damn it, Peter. It's over for you.
Are you kidding? Everyone liked you in middle school.
I don't really think that's true.
Man, everyone's going through puberty.
She's good. She's embarrassed, but okay.
She's embarrassed, she says, while flexing her heels.
I thought having a boyfriend meant the mere idea of other boys left your mind completely. And yet, here I was, totally crazy about Peter, but...
And yet, here I was, still hoeing it up.
When you wrote those letters, who'd you like the most? You had to have had a favorite. You couldn't have liked us all the same. One of the letters had to have been a little more intense than the others.
Oh.
It was mine, right?
No, it wasn't.
It was me. Right?
This is too intense for me. It's okay, Laura Jean. It's time to embrace your inner hoe. I saw bits of it in the hot tub in that last movie, and I believe you can step it up this time. I'm the kid in the corner right there, just staring at the two making out. Actually, no, I'm also the girl crying, but I'm also the Asian girl that's comforting her at the same time.
Get ready, Laura Jean. Last year, Peter said 1 to 10 every period.
He's not gonna do that this time. Ooh!
All right, let's get this over with.
The teacher is a bitter bitch. Same. See, that's what happens when you go around in every Netflix rom-com. Look at your choices, Peter. Just because you can say yes to every movie doesn't mean you should.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
I don't want it. Take it back.
Oh, no. This is all you now.
Lucas is so cute. Where's his Valentine? That's all I care about. The sequel should have been about him instead. Oh my god, Lucas and John Ambrose? Whew, no, that would be too powerful of a sequel. It's not that cute. Peter is not good at picking out jewelry, I'm sorry to say.
The moon never beams without bringing me dreams.
Did he just take these from his tweets? Noah Centineo literally tweets this like every day. Dude, get out of the way. People are running.
Why are we in Woodshop for our Valentine's Subway tradition?
Woodshop is the only place on campus I can stomach today.
Damn, she is a true lesbian. The movie really should have been about Lucas and Chris and John Ambrose. Maybe the world wasn't ready for that yet.
No, he got me something better. Nice. Boys got game.
That was like the fakest compliment I've ever heard. Nice. Boys got game.
I'm trying to make sure you know how to rev your own engine before you let anyone under the hood.
Gross. Wait, is this innuendo or not? I think my mind is so perverted that I can't even tell, like, when they're doing it on purpose. That is not Chris's man, right?
Are you sure there's no other reason why you wanted to eat in the wood shop today?
It's okay, she can still be bi. In another world, that guy looks like he could have been Peter Kavinsky if Netflix wasn't afraid to put two Asians together.
Our annual Bellevue garden party is coming up.
Ooh, and he's about to be invited to Laura Jean's garden party. Oh, he looks good without the sweater vest too. Laura Jean, consider your choices.
I feel a little funny reading this.
Is he gonna give her the letter? He has a good side profile too. Man, Peter, what are you doing?
I was so excited.
Wait, you were excited to be a piece of toast?
And you walked in as a devil.
Oh, he's so cute in his costume. Oh my God, Peter. They're so cute.
I'll always know that once upon a time, my heart was yours.
Aw, I mean, that's kind of extreme that she would like confess her love just because he dressed up as an egg, but okay.
I'll always know that once upon a time, my heart was yours.
I think this old lady is gonna encourage her to broaden her horizons and play the game. She just looks like the kind of frisky bitch that would enable this shit.
I have a boyfriend.
So, almost every one of my love affairs overlapped with another one.
See, I fucking knew it. This lady is a hoe, and she is just trying to get Laura Jean to embrace her inner hoe.
Isn't there a way to both get out unscathed?
Not if you're doing it right.
Dude, Grandma's got game. She's just like, listen, Laura Jean, you gotta hit it and then quit it.
For Valentine's Day, Peter wrote me the most beautiful poem.
Poem? That was like a haiku. That was like one stanza. What is he, like Edgar Allan Poe now? Jeez.
The moon never beams without bringing me dreams of beautiful Laura Jean. And the stars never rise.
Why is she reciting the poem as if she were part of a cult?
Your young man has very good taste, I'll give him that. But I'm sorry to tell you that the author of that particular poem is Edgar Allan Poe.
What the fuck? Oh my God, I didn't even know it was by Edgar Allan Poe. Oh my God. He was plagiarizing to get up in her Edgar Allan Poe. How dare he?
What?
Yeah.
See, even Lucas is surprised that she likes men.
Do you remember John Ambrose McLaren?
Yeah, of course. I was like obsessed with him in the 5th grade.
I'm telling you, why couldn't the sequel be about Lucas and John Ambrose? Bruh, we could have had it all.
It's just like the stuff that I was telling you about, like the overthinking. That doesn't happen when I'm with John Ambrose. It's like easy.
You just met John Ambrose. Literally, the only interactions that you've had with him so far was just when you were changing the diapers of some old lady. Laura Jean goes from 0 to 100 all the time. She gets into a relationship, it's brand new, and now she's already overthinking it. And then she just met John Ambrose, and now she's picturing a whole future with him. She needs to hit the brakes and just slow down, because it ain't that deep.
You're lucky, LJ.
Lucky how?
You have options. There's like, what, 2 gay dudes at our school?
Lucas is so right. Why does Laura Jean have all the options just because all these guys have yellow fever? What about Lucas?
I've been thinking about my own problems and not even thinking about what you're going through.
Yeah, why don't you consider your straight privilege first? You're a straight, conventionally attractive girl, and you clearly have enough finances to get pretty stationery from Papyrus.
It's about the poem you wrote.
I never said that I wrote it.
Honestly, Laura G, let's be realistic. Do you think a guy like Peter Kavinsky has ever read a book in his life? You should have been surprised that he was able to string a sentence together.
I don't want to have sex with you right now. I want to put it out there.
Okay.
No, you don't want to put it out there. That's what you're trying to say.
You and Jen used to do it a lot.
Can we not talk about Jen?
Well, it's not about Jen.
Oh, yikes. Yikes.
Do you miss sex?
Oh!
Is there a void in your life?
Is there a void? No, not at all.
This is the most awkward conversation I have watched in a long time. If I had a boner right now, it would have been deflated a long time ago. I predict that Peter is probably going to do something later about the ex-girlfriend. Is going to feel like he's taking her side because Peter, for some reason, doesn't have a spine whenever it comes to the ex, which is weird because, again, she has no personality. I wish she did because at least then it would have been more believable why Peter was so into her in the first place. I don't know. Again, I'm probably just overthinking it like Laura Jean.
Mrs. Glick's son, thank you so much.
Go already.
Damn, bitch, calm down.
I couldn't believe when Sabrina Fox asked me to go with her. But then she tried to dance with Peter the whole night.
Dude, do your job. Just save the conversation for later.
Cut the chit-chat. Call the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I am that bitter old lady just trying to play bingo.
I got bingo. Suck it.
Wow, what a bitch. She's like, woo, I got bingo. Fuck you.
Speaking of Peter Kavinsky, he told me to tell you he says hi.
Wait, why has she not mentioned that she's dating Peter? She is deliberately avoiding bringing up that fact. Suspicious, suspicious, Laura Jean.
Are he and Jen still together?
Huh?
I mean, they must be, since you all still hang out.
No, actually, Jen and I aren't really friends anymore, and she and Peter broke up.
Oh no, this is getting awkward. Let me just admire John Ambrose's side profile.
To be fair, I do think that old people just really love bingo.
This is stereotyping the elderly. This is ageist.
And we had such good times at that treehouse.
Yeah, we did. Ayo! Wait a minute. Did they literally get a child actor to play him, but she just stayed exactly the same because Asian don't raisin?
Make an incision underneath the ocellus.
Come on, Peter. Don't be such an octopussy. Huh?
The other people that we bared it with.
So, Jen?
No.
I don't get why he is still even friends with his ex-girlfriend. Wait, that's her name, right? Jen? Why did I think her name was Guinevere? It just sounded like that would be an annoying name that she would have.
Jeez, Covey, for a girl who's never had a boyfriend, you sure know how to mess with a guy.
I mean, he's one to talk. Both of you guys are hoes. Accept it.
Watch.
No.
Watch it.
Please,
Watch it.
please.
If he's gonna act like a baby in front of an octopus, how is he ever gonna go down on her? Ooh, it's gonna be just her and John Ambrose.
Hey.
I knew it. Oh shit! They're gonna fight! Yikes! Yeah, bring that shovel. Somebody's about to get fucking murdered.
Laura Jean, didn't you get a Seahawks t-shirt because you were trying to impress John?
No.
If that's true, that's really cute.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky Guinevere. I see the game that you're trying to play, and it's not subtle whatsoever. But it made for a pretty cute moment, and Peter's getting jealous, and that kind of gets me going.
Hey, McLaren, do you remember when you had that stutter? No, I noticed you don't have it anymore.
What a jerk.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that my speech therapist would love to know that her methods were successful.
Yeah, how about fuck you?
Stick around and help you clean up if you want.
I got it.
I mean, it's fine. I really don't mind.
No, I think I can handle helping my girlfriend.
I got it, back off. She my woman, you man back off now. Oh, my dick is bigger than yours, ugh.
I'll go down. You wanna hand me stuff?
You'll go down? You were so squeamish in front of that octopus. How are you gonna go down on her? He was talking about going down the treehouse. Okay.
Well, next time you need pizza, just ask me. I'll get it for you.
What is it with you and pizza?
It's not about pizza.
Okay, it's not about the pizza, but also, Laura Jean, you were being a sensitive little bitch over all these small things about the poem and all this other shit. So, both of you guys are dumb.
Does that mean you want to break up?
What? Again, this bitch went from 0 to 100.
Like, I remember Jen used to dress up for your games, and like, am I supposed to do that?
It's not just Jen. Okay, all the girlfriends do that.
Okay, so do you want me to?
This conversation is so dumb. I'm gonna lose my brain cells if I keep on hearing them talk. Where's John Ambrose?
Pretty much everybody called me John. And then I met you, and you called me John Ambrose. So I started telling people to call me John Ambrose.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
She's so stunned, like this was such a deep story.
Are we good, John?
Are you gonna give me that good, John Ambrose? A man with multiple talents, what else can he do with those fingers? We'll never know because Laura Jean is a damn fool.
I was supposed to get some Brussels sprouts, but I got distracted for our
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It was like regular Thanksgiving, but it's in March. It's a family tradition.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
You should come.
In college, I got invited to a Thanksgiving party in a dorm room, but the weird thing is it was...
I don't care about this quirky little holiday.
Very necessary. Mom made you eat them, and Marco made Josh, so...
Josh, whatever happened to him? Damn. Rest in peace, Josh.
Were you with Jen today?
It's gonna be a misunderstanding once again.
Took that video. I told her that if she ever hurt you again, then we were done. You guys already have so much bad blood between you two. I didn't want to. Look, I was just.
Oh, what a scrub. Yeah, I'm on Laura Jean's side for this one. John Ambrose would never, because he probably has never had a girlfriend.
You were waiting at the hot tub for her, weren't you? And that's why she took the video. If I hadn't come down to find you, you and Jen would be together, and you and I would have never happened.
Oh my god, the plot thickens.
Maybe that's how it should be.
Oh shit!
No, we promised that we were not going to break each other's hearts.
Yeah, well, I think that we both made promises we couldn't keep.
Shit. Can she do better? Probably. But will she? Probably not.
I miss you, Mom. I wish you could tell me what to do.
She's like, Mom, I wish you could tell me how to keep a white boy around. This is much harder than it looks. This is a weird directorial choice. So dramatic. He just slowly backs away to represent the metaphor of him backing away from her life. Oh my god, it's so deep. So she slept with a full face of makeup and fake eyelashes? Oh, she's gonna meet with John Ambrose. But when she meets with him, is to turn down him and then get back together with Peter. Oh, wow, you know what? I am genuinely surprised. Good for her.
I guess you know Peter and I broke up. Part of the reason was because when he was with me, I always thought he was thinking about you.
Guinevere's just standing there like, sounds like a personal problem. Oh, I think this is sweet. I'm glad that, you know, she decided to confront the other girl and they're like repairing their friendship. I hope that one day they can have a conversation that isn't about a boy though. Oh, sorry, John. It's time for you to get the boot. Oh, they are gonna have a romantic time together at the Star Ball. And he thinks it's gonna go really well, but she's gonna finesse him and reject his advances. Oh, how convenient that she has a dress that can fit her perfectly. Aww, that suit doesn't really fit him, but it's okay. It does not suit him at all. He's just standing there like a block.
Yeah, I actually went to your house. I gathered up a whole bunch of sticks and I arranged them in the letters D-A-N-C-E. The little question mark at the end. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? When she rejects him, she should put together a bunch of sticks that say N-O.
Okay.
No.
You know where this is going, right?
No.
Why are we dragging this out? Just reject this fool already. Snow Angels in memory of John Ambrose, who's about to get murdered. No, he's gonna try to kiss her, but she's gonna be like, Wait, they kiss for real? Oh, awkward.
I'm sorry.
So typical. Gonna flip-flop all over the place. Can't make up your goddamn mind. Laura Jean.
But what if it's too late? I mean, Peter and I, we broke up.
So what? You guys are in high school. Just get back together again like every other high school couple.
And if he doesn't?
If he doesn't what?
Want me?
Well, then you move on to the next white boy. You know, there's plenty of other white guys that will go for an Asian girl. You have nothing to worry about. Why does she run like that? Oh, he came for her. That's sweet. Okay, fuck it. I mean, that saves the trouble, because if she was gonna run like that, it just would not have been sustainable.
Break my heart, Covey. Break my heart into 1,000 pieces. Do whatever you want.
He is so whipped. He cannot shake off that yellow fever. He's like, damn, now that I went down the yellow brick road, I cannot turn back. Are they floating? What the fuck was in that punch? The end. John Ambrose was done dirty. But you know what? So was Josh in the first movie. Basically, Laura Jean just does every boy dirty. This video has been sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, and more. Skillshare is also affordable when you compare it to in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. I decided to look for a class that I think Laura Jean would take. I believe I have found the perfect class for her. That class is a comprehensive guide to hand lettering, and in this class you can create graphic and script styles. The teacher is a designer who goes through a step-by-step process for crafting hand-lettered envelopes. I will have a link in my description. The first 500 people who click on it will get 2 months of a free trial to premium membership. All right, goodbye.
Swipe right, swipe left.